Hi, Mr. Dannemiller. My name is William Washburn. I'm a part of your ENGR 1315-DO1 Intro to Engineering class. I'm part of the off-campus, and this is going to be my week 1 presentation for the double pulley system project that was assigned earlier this year. So for my project that I have to do is I have to create a double pulley system which is used to reduce the force needed to lift an object by dividing the forces exerted on lifting said object. The force needed to lift the object in a double pulley system is inversely proportional to the distance pulled on the other side of the system. With two pulleys like the one in this image that I've chosen, which is what I'm going to be basing my design off of, the force needed to lift the object would be about half, but the distance that I would have to pull the rope from the system would be double as compared to normal or in a single pulley system. So for materials in my pulley system, for the weighted objects I'm going to be using, I have 3 circular barbell weights, 2.5 pounds, 5 pounds, and 10 pounds. I'm going to try each of those. For the frame materials, just to hold the whole thing together, I'll be using just plain 2x4 wood, metal shelf brackets, and then some wood screws. For my system materials, for the pulleys and such, I'll be using nylon rope or cord. 2 cable pulleys with steel wall mounts. They'll be 3.54 inches by 90 millimeters in diameter. For the metal container to hold the weights while they're being pulled, I'll just be using like a plain metal bucket. I have something like that already. And then for the scale I'll be using to measure the force, I'll be using a 50-pound fish scale you can get from any standard hardware store, Home Depot or whatever. So what I'm looking for in this project, the purpose is to find how much force it takes to lift these objects normally as compared to like a double pulley system, right? So I'll be measuring with a scale how much force it would take to pull each object. So I'll connect it to the scale to the rope end of the pulley and pull down with it with the 2.5, 5, and 10 pound weights, and compare how much force is normally exerted. On top of that, I'll also be taking down how much I have to pull the rope with and without the system, just to back up my findings, I guess. So for the materials I'll need and how much they'll cost, I'll be getting them from like nearby hardware stores like Ace Hardware or the Home Depot or Sutherland's Home Base. These are places near Lubbock where I can get them. So for like wood, just like standard 2x4s, I need probably 2 of them, and they're about $4 a piece. 4 metal shelf brackets for the frame of the pulley system. That's about $4 per $4 for the lot of them. Metal screws, I already have some from a previous project, so that'll be all right. Nylon cord, it's about $3 for like 50 feet of that. It'd be pretty cheap, pretty easy to use. Pulleys, it's about $9.25 per pulley for the ones I'm going to be using, and I'm going to need 2 of them. The receptacle to hold the things, in this case a metal bucket, I already have one, and the weights, I already have those. So the total cost of stuff I'm going to need to buy for this is about $37.61, which is under the $50 cost restriction that we had. And then my dimensions are going to be within the 4x4x4 area or volume that we needed. And then my general plan for the rest of this project is for the next week, it's going to be material collection, where I just gather all the materials I'll need, maybe a little extra in case something comes up. And then for week 2, I'll start a blueprint and dimensioning out my my pulley system, getting it down on graph paper, getting the scale down, just basic early stuff. And then for the 3rd week, I'll start my early construction rough draft on it, maybe test out the theory that I have in my mind now that I'll be putting on the blueprint, and then test it out a couple times, see how it works. And then for the 4th week, I'll refine and then reevaluate that, make some changes to it if it doesn't work, or just make it look a little bit better. And then for the 5th week, I'll be making my final draft and testing it. Not quite making a video yet, but still seeing how the final draft looks and maybe improving on that if I need to. And then for the 6th week, I'll make my video of me with the final pulley system with all 3 weights and all the requirements done and completed. And then the 7th week, I'll be editing the video that I make and then submitting it. So it'll take me about 7 weeks to finish this, if all goes to plan. All right, thank you.